Hello friends, today we are going to continue chapter number 2, Cultural Heritage of India, Handicrafts and Fine Arts, lecture number 8. Friends, in the previous lecture we discussed about the different arts. Up to now we have covered lot of arts in this chapter. We discussed how these different arts influence the life of people, how these arts, how these talents and skill of people were used in trading purpose, how these foreigners, how these European countries were influenced by the talent of these Indian people, by the skill of these Indian people, and it was due to this talent that they were forced to trade in India. Friends, we discussed in the past that in our Indian culture we have lots of such talented people. It is this art. In every lecture we discuss about the arts that we have learned in the previous lecture. So today also friends, let us first revise what we discussed in the previous lectures. Friends, first we discussed about the different types of art starting from the clay art. We learned that this clay art is also considered as very ancient art. Potter's wheel was considered as an important equipment to make the products from this clay. In the past, when metals was not discovered at that time, here it is said that these clay items were used in large proportion. Clay was used to make toys, utensils, earthen lamps, garbi, etc. Friends, these things we have already found in the evidences that we have got from the excavation work in the past. Then friends, we discussed about the spinning art. That means the art of making the long thread by connecting the small pieces of cotton and joining them together was the spinning art. We discussed about the hand weaving art, that our Indian textile industry is very well known. In the past, the cloth of muslin was very famous, that was produced in Dhaka. It was so delicate that it can even fit in a matchbox. The whole taka could even pass from a small ring. Lots of things were made by hand weaving. Then we also discussed about Patola of Patan, in which discussed that these art was encouraged by Siddharth Jaisingh, the ruler of Patan. During his rule, many artisans they came and settled over here. We also learned that these art is 850 years old art, means it's very ancient. You can understand by this. We also learned that these art, Patola of Patan was also known as Devadit. It means weaving and Devat means both the side. That means you can understand by this that it can be worn from either side. So you can think that how complicated and time consuming this art may be. Friends, this art needed a lot of skill, and very few people had such a skill of making this Patola of Patan. Friends, then we discussed about the leather industry as well, that in the past how the leather industry played an important role. Many leather products were used in the daily purposes. Then friends, we also discussed in the previous lecture about the diamond and the beadwork. Friends, in the previous lecture when we discussed about the diamond and beadwork, we learned that India is having 7,517 kilometer long coastline, due to which it was very easy for the foreigners to come into India and trade, as our coastline is surrounded from the three directions, east, west and south, and that is why the trading through sea route was very easy. So many foreigners used to come into India and trade. We also learned that these diamonds, these beads, that is the precious stones we can say, they were available from these oceans, and due to these reasons, friends, in the ancient time also, many rulers and even the people were fond of the ornaments and the jewelry that were diamond studded. So it was in very much demand. Obviously, when it was in demand, it was very expensive and costly. And due to the trading of these expensive ornaments that were diamond studded, India was prosperous. And due to this, many foreign traders were encouraged to come into India and trade. Friends, today, the art that we are going to learn, today the topic that we are going to cover, that is another two art, that is enamel art and Jari art. Friends, today we are going to cover these two art, that is enamel art and Jari art. So let us first understand that what is this enamel art and what is Jari art. Friends, starting with enamel art. It is an artistic art of inlaying. It is an artistic art of inlaying bright colors like blue, red, green, etc. into golden and silver ornaments. Friends, here it is said that what was this enamel art? Then here it can be asked in your 1 marks in your board exam. What is enamel work? Here it is said it is an artistic art of inlaying bright colors like blue, red, green, etc. into golden and silver ornaments. Friends, you might have seen many ornaments that are inlaid with such kind of precious bright colors stones. You might have seen some jewelries that are having some beautiful stones that are inlaid in these golden and silver ornaments. This pulls out the attractiveness of these ornaments. This makes the ornaments more beautiful. Friends, here it is said, in the past also, the people were fond of such kind of ornament which were inlaid with blue, red, green, etc. such type of bright colors. So people were fond of it. Especially this, it is said that this enamel art was famous. Mostly these ornaments which was inlaid by these bright colors were used by the common peoples. So friends, this art was used by the common for the purpose of common people. Obviously, the rulers also used this, but it was used by the common people. Here it is said, it is an artistic art of inlaying bright colors like blue, red, green, etc. Then here it is said that we can say that India is the only country where we find the artisans having the skill of animal art. Friends, here it is said that India is the only country in the world. India is the only country in the world where we can find the artisans who have this talent of inlaying these bright colors into the ornaments. Friends, it is very specifically and very skillful work. Here, the artisan needs to be very aware. He should be very talented in doing this kind of art, because the artisan has to deal with small tiny stones and have to stick that bright color stones into small, they have to convert the stone into small pieces of different color stones, and then they have to stick artistically into the ornaments. And this was also again a time consuming art, we can say. It was a time consuming and a talented skill. Here it is said, India is the only country in the world where this type of art, animal art, was found. That means the ornaments that were inlaid by these bright colors were made in India. So here India is the only country where we can find such kind of work. Expert artisans of animal art were encouraged by the rulers as well. Here it is said that expert artisans were encouraged by the rulers as well. Here it is said, these expert artisans of animal art, obviously they were encouraged by the rulers present at that time. So again, very important thing for the encouragement and inspiration of these artisans, that they were acknowledged by the rulers. So very important thing. Then here it is said that this art was seen in Delhi, Lucknow, Jaipur. Friends, this art was seen in the area of Delhi, Lucknow, Jaipur, Varanasi, and Hyderabad. Friends, here it is said that this art was seen in Delhi, Lucknow, Jaipur, Varanasi and Hyderabad. So these are the areas, these are the region where in India this animal art was clearly seen. So friends, you can clearly see here that this art was very much flourished in the ancient time as well. So let us go through again through what is this animal art. It is an artistic art of inlaying bright colors like blue, red, green, etc. mudra into golden and silver ornaments. India is the only country where we can find such kind of artisans, especially expert artisans were also encouraged by the rulers, and this type of work was seen in Delhi, Lucknow, Jaipur, Varanasi, Hyderabad. So these are the region where we were able to find this animal art. So friends, you might have understood about this animal art. Now let us move towards. Okay friends, now after understanding about animal work, now let us move towards another art, that is Jari work. Friends, now let us move towards the art of Jari work. What is Jari work? Let us understand it. Here it is said, the art of weaving and doing embroidering on clothes with golden and silver threads is called Jari art, or we can say Jari work. Friends, here it is said that what is Jari work? Again, this can be asked in your 1 marks question. Friends, that what is Jari work? Jari work, here it is said, the art of weaving or doing embroidering, the art of weaving or doing embroidering on the beautiful clothes with golden and silver threads is called Jari art, or we can say Jari work. Friends, you might have understood the definition of this Jari work. Here it is said that this Jari work was famous in India since ancient times. Here it is said, friend, that this Jari work was famous in India since ancient time. It was used to decorate the beautiful clothes. Friends, here it is said that it is used to decorate, this Jari work is used to decorate the beautiful clothes. In the past also and in the present time also, this Jari work was used to decorate the beautiful clothes. Here it said that Surat in Gujarat was, or we can say is, a leading place for Jari work. Friends, here it is said Surat in Gujarat was and also is a leading place in this Jari work. Here it is said that knitting and embroidering on beautiful clothes and knitting and embroidering on beautiful clothes was the identity of talented people. Here it is said that knitting and embroidering on beautiful clothes, it became the identity of the talented people. Here it is said that these artisans played a very important role. They were experts in making. They were experts in making saris, dress, and other beautiful garments. Friends, here it is said that this jari work there were many experts. This jari work was used in making beautiful saris, beautiful dress, and many other garments. So here, as we learned in the previous point also, that this jari work that increased the beauty of the clothes. It made the clothes more attractive, due to which reason this jari work was used on the clothes. Here, these type of clothes were worn by even the rich people and the common people. So this jari work was popular in each and every section of the people. So in the ancient time, this jari work was also in very much demand. Friends, here it is said, again, if we understand that what was jari work, it is said the art of weaving and doing embroidery on clothes with golden and silver thread is called jari art, or we can say jari work. This jari work was famous in India since ancient time. It is used to decorate the beautiful clothes. It is used to decorate these beautiful clothes. Surat in Gujarat was and is famous place for this jari work. Knitting and embroidering on this beautiful cloth was the identity of these talented people. These talented people used to do the knitting and embroidering work with this jari work, and this was the talent of these talented people. They were expert. These artisans who did this jari work, they were expert in making the jari work on the saris, dresses, then dresses we can say, and other beautiful garments. So on other garments also, including this saris and dress, this jari work was done. So friends, today we understood about two important art of our ancient India, that was animal art and jari work. So you might have understood about these two art. Thank you.